Okay, what is this, Lady Ada?
Hey everybody, and welcome to our weekly show and tell. This is our chance to meet makers in their natural habitats, their homes, while they're making projects and cosplay and technology and electronics and soldering and milling and synthesizers and all other kinds of fun things that they do in their caves. So, their maker caves. So we're going to start out with Tony D and Noni Pedro. Everybody else, please mute your bikes and wait for us to call on you. We have to get out of here at about 7:50, so please be concise in your demo. Take about 2 to 3 minutes to show it off so we have time for everybody, and that we can then go and get ready for our next show at 8 o'clock. All right, let's start off with Tony D.
Hey, yeah, so a couple things to show. First, I want to show off this sweet jacket. This is a vintage members-only jacket, of course. So I don't know if a lot of people remember them, but I want to bring them back. I think these things are awesome. This is a cool tricolor one that I've never seen one like this before, so got on eBay. But I think they're really cool. They're good for electronics too, because they've got lots of pockets, so you can put things in there. So good for wearables. Maybe
I'm wearing parachute pants right now.
You can the wearable series based on like modding members-only jackets.
I'm there. Let's do it. I've got some ideas. So,
right.
But also it's green and emerald, and that's for the Emerald City Comic-Con in Seattle, which I went to on Friday last week and did a little video, fake Periscope because I couldn't get cell reception. But really neat, just blown away by all the cosplayers. I've never been to a big Comic-Con event like the Seattle one. So check out the YouTube channel, and you can see that video and just get a good glimpse of like what it's like just seeing all the cool cosplayers. And I did a blog post too with a bunch of photos of some cool cosplayers. I saw some really good Guardians of the Galaxy cosplayers. Like I forget the little raccoon guy. Oh my gosh, there's one guy that just.
Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, exactly. That one was amazing. And then the other thing I just wanted to plug real quick too. On Monday I did a live stream with the Feather Huzzah ESP 8266 board. This little guy here. Let me won't focus. But basically, if you like the ESP and you like Python, I did a live stream checking out MicroPython on the ESP 8266. And so a lot has changed. I did a guide last year, and they've done a ton of improvements. They had a really cool Kickstarter. They're adding a lot of functionality. And I think maybe next week even I'll do another follow-up video because there's a lot more functionality. So this video I did just shows you how to like basically blink an LED, load the latest firmware, that type of stuff for it. So check it out on the YouTube channel and you'll see a lot more. And then tomorrow I'm going to do another live stream for Raspberry Pi stuff. So tune in to twitch.tv and you might see that live. Or YouTube, it'll go on there later.
All right, awesome. Thanks for the update, Tony D.
Cool, yep.
Okay, no, Pedro.
Hey guys, happy Wednesday, everybody.
Wednesday.
So if you guys didn't see, Lamar made a live stream a couple weeks ago on sort of an Internet of Things. Yes, that's the one. She made a sketch using the Feather Huzzah 8266, or was it the M0 Wi-Fi?
I use the M0 Wi-Fi, but then somebody posted a comment telling me how to get it working on the 8066.
Awesome, and that's what the community is all about. So we figured we'd do a version of it, but not injection molded, 3D printing. We have this rather large on-air sign. It's like 220 millimeters by 50 or so, and it's just a two-piece enclosure. We have the Huzzah board in here, and so we're just using I think it's a high-density NeoPixel strip. I'm not sure, but it's nice and glowy. Yeah, so a couple different materials, just regular PLA PHA on the outside, and a dark sort of stencil thing, and then just a slab of acrylic with a little bit of an infill texture to give it that triangular look. So yeah, this is a nice little enclosure. It's got like these nice fillets and these little pictures on the side that make it look like a retro 50s on-air sign. Yeah, so that will be probably next week's project. So it's a nice quick one. We'll be able to make different sizes ones for smaller printers, of course, but nice and thin, really, really lightweight, and Internet of Things.
Super handy.
Yeah, I'm glad we're not doing all the Internet Things project in the same week because this would have been the on-air Internet of Things toilet, and every time you use a toilet, it would say on air, and that would really freak people out. So this is why time exists, because you don't want everything to happen all at once.
But these are handy. The reason that we need these, because everybody on the Adafruit team, we're streaming so much, we don't want to collide.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we need to know who's going to be streaming. So yeah. This is
well, what's weird is for the folks who tune into our show from our apartment, which is a New York City apartment, so that means a room. We have 7 cameras. And when we're doing Desk of Lady Ada, Lamar and I are like, okay, are the cameras off? The cameras are off. There's off and there's off. So the on-air sign tied into streaming services would be yet another level of indication.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You know, we've had it at Facebook. We will see if there's a Facebook API.
The cameras have to be off.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. All right. And of course tomorrow another live stream, 3D Hangouts.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys there.
Okay, sweet.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, we're going to Simon. Hey, Simon.
Hey, Simon.
Unmute your mic and show us your project.
Hey, hey everyone.
Hello.
I don't know how many of you know me. I'm a 3D designer and a YouTuber at the same time, and I create a lot of design from video games or like for movie. And I was working probably 1 month and a half ago about this gun. It's like the Tracer gun by the Overwatch game. It
Yeah.
will come out in May. And I work with Noe and Pedro. They helped me, and I decided to redo the the gun with electronics part. I can control with the iPhone, and I can decide to like create some action with light. And I create an entire video about it, and it will be online tomorrow, probably. And I'm really happy. It was really challenging design, and at the same time, build every part of the circuit was a bit challenging. But with Noah and Pedro helped me, it was a bit easier.
Okay, it looks beautiful.
And this is your first project like this, right?
With electronics, yes,
Yeah,
but with
not bad.
about props, it's pretty much more than 1 year I work.
Can you hold up?
Props?
Can you hold up the prop?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's cool.
And tomorrow will be online a full video dedicated about it. And
Even though we knew about this, you can still email support@adafruit.com, and we'll send you an as seen on the show and tell sticker to put on the side of it.
okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right, thank you,
Okay.
Simon. Looks awesome.
Thank you.
All right, next up, Lon. How's it going, Lon?
Hey, Lon. Long time no see. Long time no Lon.
Think you're...
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
I can see
what you got going
I
on?
hear you.
Is the audio okay? Am I holding up?
Yep.
Awesome. So I've been working on a whole bunch of projects and starting to stream. That's why there's a new curtain behind me. And part of that was some infrastructure work in my little work area. I'm going to switch to my other camera. Oh, if it doesn't take too long. There we go. So one of the things is my caddy for my soldering station. So it's all recycled stuff. So originally a couple of Amazon cardboard boxes. We probably still have the stickers. Yep. Handle is a piece of PVC pipe. The retainer for the handle, I use 2-liter bottle necks. Take that off. And so these retain the plastic pipe, so I can push it in and out and replace it. Also made it pretty easy to fasten in there. And I've got all kinds of goodies from Adafruit in there, from my Hacko to my multimeter and all my probes. I got a 5-volt USB fan in there that blows the smoke away. So that was one project that got done this week. And then another one was purely for fun. I have from the game Diablo by Blizzard. There's this figure called Tyrell, and I wanted an illuminated base for him. Let me get that to work.
Ooh, nice.
So super simple project. I got some 5-volt white LED strip off of Amazon that came with the USB connector on it. And then I just made an oval-shaped box out of PVC foam. And originally I was going to do piano black on it, do all my polishing and make it shiny, but then I figured out I could just use some black plastic tape, and it's good enough. So it took a 6-hour project down to about 45 minutes.
Oh, this is all good stuff.
Think about the time you saved. You can use it for other projects.
Yeah, no one's going to notice, you know. Doesn't have to be a furniture fan.
What are you streaming when you do video streams?
Right now, my bandwidth sucks, so I'm hoping to upgrade, but I'm doing lots of little projects like this. Doing them on Twitch. I got my 1, 2, 3, 4 cameras set up and a new backdrop and all that kind of stuff.
Excellent. We will start a broadcasting network of people who are doing electronics.
Oh yeah, you already have.
Maker Network.
This is happening.
Yep, my own hover cam is right there.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Yeah. Everyone's like figured out this is
a long time ago.
Hover cam's the only one that works.
Yeah, a long time ago I was just kidding about doing this, but we're actually all doing it.
Now it's.
And I really mean it now. All right. Well, thank you so much, Lon. Email support@adafruit.com, and you can get an As Seen on the Show and Tell sticker. I'm going to mix things up. Normally we wrap up with C-Scott, but I know that C-Scott has a project based on or in parallel to pseudo-random. So I want to go to this. Right? Is that still true?
Hey, C. Scott.
Hey guys, yes it is.
Yeah. Okay.
It was funny because I was looking for a device the other day, and I was thinking about color organs, and then I see Colin do a thing on color organs, and I just start laughing because it's like, it's like you had to have been there at that point in the 70s to be a part of the craze, to truly understand. You'd walk into Radio Shack, and there's this wash of color, and it was just a thing to see. Anyway, I'll start with, here's a still shot of the unit on the right. This is the one I made when I was 14 in 1978. I made it because the one I got in 1976, I think it came from Sears. It was a 2-channel. It had 2 frequencies, high and low. It failed. It blew out. A triac or a cap or something blew up in it. And I gutted it and I kept the box, but unfortunately I lost track of the box that had the nice Fresnel pattern lens front. Anyway, I wanted to do a 3-channel color organ for the family Christmas tree that year. So I think I bought the original kit, and I'm going to switch this over to, I got a pen camera so I can finally show stuff to people. Let's see if this works. But I have opened it so you can see the horror of my 14 years of age work. You see the nice masking tape on the AC mains.
Right, yes. Masking tape will totally protect you from mains voltages.
Yeah, well, Colin's project had a sheet of styrofoam inside of it from when they were...
Part of this is the joy of, like, oh my god, there's just like 3 120-volt wires just coming out of everything.
You see that bare wire that's common to the 3 pots? That's neutral.
Yeah.
And the SCRs would not fit on the board, so it's hard to manipulate this camera at a close angle. I did this awesome job where I just wrapped bits of wire around the legs and soldered them down, and you see they're not very well formed.
That's great.
So, and then of course my output wires, let's see if I can get it out here. There. I would wrap these around the plug blades of the lights I was driving, and I would put tape over them. I'm amazed I didn't burn the house down or kill myself while burning the house down.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on, I got better because if you saw that picture, the one on the left is this machine. I made this one in 1984 to replace the other one. It's the same design, except this is a hand-taped board, and as you can tell, I decided that barrier blocks were kind of a good thing, and the fuse is an inline one that's not in here, but it's the same design. I'll pop the schematic up here real quick. So I drew this schematic from memory. It may not be correct, but I think it is. There you go. It's pretty simple. You have a transformer that couples your speaker output into the system, and then you're just using this 8 to 1000 boost to drive a very simple low pass. This is what we call it a tank parallel. This is a band pass filter. This is the I think the lower frequency. No, this is the lower frequency. This is the upper frequency. So you have a like 3 dB roll off on either side. This is 6, 3 and 3, and this is 6. And then of course this is a high pass filter. And then when you have enough voltage getting into the gate of your SCR to kick it on, it'll turn on for that positive half cycle. And of course, when your AC hits negative, it shuts the SCR off and it's ready for the next one. So, anyway, moving on, and you plug your lamps into real sockets. On mine, if I flip back to the camera real quick, and I'm trying to wrap this up quick for you guys, I decided the cheapest, most effective way to do the terminating for the AC is I just cut ends off extension cords, and those come in, and those are what you see.
Yeah.
Wow, you're a strain relief. You learned so much in that 6 years.
Yes. Oh, yes. Well, it's everybody has to do this at some point. Oh yeah, here's the AC power switch on this thing. It's so awesome, it's unprotected. Stick your fingers in there, you don't know if the power's on. But let me see. Let me get out of what was I going to show you? Oh yeah, The one that I started on after that, but never quite finished, but now that I think about it, maybe I'll try finishing it. And I'll use the camera here to show it, if the camera will pick up. This is a triac driver that I designed to do audio to light control. And what it used is, there's no chips in here now. This was a DAC chip, like an 8-bit parallel input DAC. This was a 14-bit counter. And what it would do is this counter would run at a multiple of the line frequency. That's what this little styrene cap and stuff did. It was a real cheap oscillator that drove. There was an oscillator input on the counter, but this dual comparator would find the zero crossing points of your AC cycle, and each time it found one, it would reset this counter, so it would count up on the DAC and give me a nice ramp output that was synchronized, well, sort of synchronized to the AC line, because it really wasn't. But that would in turn be compared to your audio input, and when the ramp of your DAC matches the input of your voltage, it would turn on this what's missing, but that would be a Mach 3031, a triac driver. And then it would go off to a triac outside on its heatsink and whatnot. Let me flip this camera back to me. Hello, camera. So what you would end up with is, instead of it being flickery, it would be nice, smooth. It would be a nice, smooth up and down. For the most part, it worked. It had a little bit of flicker because my oscillator was not truly synchronized to the AC line. If I were to do that again, and I probably will, I'm going to phase lock it. I'll probably do that with just an Atmel chip or something. I just read the zero crossings in and then send a reference voltage out to a phase locked loop chip and have it generate the pulses to count the ramp and all. Anyway, I'll get back to you on that if I make one.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that inspired you to dig that out. The 14-year-olds of now are way better than when we were all 14, and not a lot of people know. You used to be able to go to a place, get DIY electronics and underwear and a tractor, and it was called Sears, all under one roof.
Okay, speaking of Sears, I'll part with this. I have one of these, and of course I can't find it. This is a device, and I only had this little picture I ripped off the web real quick. This is called Atari Video Music. This is something that Atari made in 1976 that uses the Pong chip, where they took the voltage control inputs where your paddle pots were, and they just made it generate color burst patterns based on the input criteria. So you had a bunch of different selections that set the shape. Is it a diamond? Is it a double diamond? And then you have your color, frequency, and rate controls. But it was a pretty trippy device, and they're kind of hard to find today because they weren't terribly popular. I mean, for $170 you could buy a lot of different stuff back in 1970, like 10 of those.
You know what, to me, the copy on that's amazing. Now you can see the pounding of rock rhythm, and then they have, Sears has a credit plan to suit most needs, and then they trademarked the words video music. This is insane.
And then it says like Sports Center.
At the Sports Center at Sears. You could just live at Sears. Your whole life could be there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Sears Wish Book was a thing of beauty.
Yeah. Yeah. Even I'll post it up and I'll link to Pseudo Random.
This is great. I love how like color organs are coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Out of the
$169.
Veneer woodwork.
It'd be like a Kickstarter color organ.
I built a 7-channel version of the color organ for a friend of mine to put in his house. It used, if you look around the web, you'll see, like, just look up like flock of seagulls, wall sculpture, and you'll see this. It's a 3D piece of art, but he had it hung forward from the wall a little bit so that he had these lights that were shining in an arc around it. They went from, it was basically octaves. It was like, you know, the 100 hertz, 200 hertz, 400 hertz, so on. But as they lit up, the shadows that they would cast would move around behind the birds, and it was rather pretty. So, you know, it's something lost to the annals of time. I don't even know if it's still there because that house was sold a long time ago. But, you know, memories.
Okay. All right. Next up, we're going to do Lottie, and then William, if you both can keep to a couple minutes, we can get to both of you. Then we got to do Ask an Engineer. Lottie, how are you doing?
Oh, hello, everybody. Finally. So, a lot of stuff is going along. I actually finally just got my PCBs in, and here it is. It's purple. It's purple.
That's nice.
It's purple like the consumerist ideals. Never mind. I actually have a finished version. Unfortunately, it does not work. But I I actually went through 3 of these, and I burnt out every single one of them. So I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board and build another one. Unfortunately, yeah.
Part of the process. Totally normal.
Yeah, and also when I was at Fry's buying the parts, I bought the wave shield.
Oh, great.
So
We did ours. I think I think we sell the Fries now, but I also know there's like there's counterfeit Adafruit stuff, which is always freaky to see.
No.
ooh, okay. Well, yeah. Basically, now I can have my own MP3 player, not get like stolen.
Yeah.
So because nobody really cares what this is, so I can listen to my vaporwave on.
Yeah.
All right.
I have an old Make magazine article, and I was wearing that. I was like, make your own iPod. Same thing. I made a laser cut case. Yeah.
Yeah. So what else? Let me think. Oh, yeah. So I just realized I've been buying a bunch of these Arduino Nanos from China, and I think. Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of clones, but I don't care because I'm basically just destroying them, unfortunately. I went through, like, so many of these things. Yeah, it's a little sad, but, you know, I always just cringe at every time I have to solder in these things to the boards. So I tried to always put these little things so I can remove them, and I'm glad I put on these ones because I want to check everything. But I actually went to a 3D printing club in near me to get some help because I realized, hey, these things are stepper motors. Do you know who uses stepper motors? 3D printers. Yeah. So my friend, my neighbor, he actually I went there, but I haven't been able to because of school and homework and whatever. But I finally got there, and it actually started working. So I'm like, okay, so that's 3 down. So I got the Arduino taking power. Well, I haven't got the encoder. I got the stepper working, and I got the servo. But I actually wired it wrong. But I think it's isn't it VIN? I think that's a LiPo input, right? Or power input.
Battery input or output. I mean, it's any voltage.
Yeah. I'm just. You know, I was just trying to, you know, like when the thing popped, I was trying to look around to see if it was damaged or anything, because I blew up the regulator on the Arduino when I was like a few months ago when I had no idea what it, like, any of this thing was. Where, but now I'm just like, wow, I know so much.
Everything is possible until it's really, really easy.
Yeah. I was thinking, I'm like, I could make a kit. I could make a website. I can make some pretty good money off this. I'm like, I guess I think I'll have to start engineering bake sale though, but
okay.
Whatever you got to do. Well, progress is going good. Email support@adafruit.com. We'll send you a sticker. You can't live on stickers, but it'll be a good start.
All right, thanks, Lonnie.
All right, thanks, Lonnie. Okay, William, we're gonna go in a couple minutes. So
give us a 1 minute
speed round it. We'll go.
Speed.
Oh, your mic isn't on. Maker charade. Can you hold up the project? See when I talk.
Yeah, he's just.
You want to hold up something of gas? See, Maker charade. Okay, it's a Raspberry Pi pluggy thing. Yeah. No. There you go. It's the thing that the home automation Raspberry Pi thing I was working on. Yeah.
So it plugs in. Okay, great. You also have circuit boards.
Okay.
And then it's an empty chair. Looks comfy though.
Yeah.
Like a
those are blinds. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, we got to go anyways. Everyone, thank you so much. Thank you, William. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Don Pedro. Thank you, Lonnie. Thank you, Lon. Thank you, Simon. And thank you, Steve Scott. We'll see you in just a couple minutes on Ask an Engineer. We're here every week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Show and tell. Thank you so much.
It's going to be all color organs from now on.
All color organs broadcasting on Twitch, apparently.
LED.
I'll see you with ears.